Flosstube friends, I'm Pam. Welcome to my channel. Today is something. It's Monday. It's Monday, January, I still want to say November, January 25th. I think it's January 25th. I could be wrong, and I'm sure if I'm wrong, you'll let me know down in the comments. This is Flosstube number 18. I wrote that one down. I don't know why I didn't write the date down. It's been a while since my last video. I think it's been like 2 weeks. I have like a lot to show you today. I have a feeling this may be a longish video. Fingers crossed I can keep it to 30 minutes, but there is a possibility it might go over 30 minutes. What else do I want to say? Oh, so what do I talk about on my channel? Mostly I talk about cross stitch. The things I'm stitching, the things I plan on stitching, the things I've bought to stitch. And sometimes I talk about a little life updates, not too much though, because frankly, nothing is going on in my life at all, ever. Been doing a bit of homeschooling, not a bit. We do homeschooling, you know, every day. Well, not the weekends. I need a break. And this is our last year homeschooling. We've been homeschooling probably about, I mean, I don't know, I haven't kept track, maybe 10 years. And this is the last year and I'm feeling a little sad about it. And I mean, other than that, that's my life. Once a week I go out and I pick up groceries. I try to get out for a walk if it's like at least 40 degrees. Other than that, I cross stitch. That's it. I cross stitch and we watch Gilmore Girls. So that's what my channel is about. I know a lot of Flosstubers lately have been saying at the beginning of their videos how much we like our acronyms, and we do. We really like to shorten multiple word situations into like 3 or 4 letter situations. And I think to simplify, I know that, wow, I'm not communicating well today. I know that there have been a lot of new people coming into this hobby, what with having all this extra time we're spending at home. And so if you aren't up with the Flosstube lingo, I think what I'm going to do is from now on, as part of my show notes, I'm going to have a little like acronym glossary. So if I say something and you don't understand what it is, it's probably going to be down in the show notes. So I don't have to say every time what I'm talking about. If I say something and you don't understand what it is and it's not in the show notes, let me know in the comments and I'll add it to the glossary. I think that seems fair, right? Okay. So what do I want to show you? I had 2 finishes. 2 unplanned finishes. So I am part of Erin, 2 Martini Stitcher, is one of the Flosstubers that has a channel membership that you can join, and there's different levels that you can join at. And for last year, I don't know if it was a holiday gift or just a thanks for being a channel member this year gift, Erin, I'm not sure, because my memory doesn't work too well these days. But she gave us all a quirky Quaker of our choice by Darling and Whimsy, and I chose the Hedgehog. And then she hosted a SAL called the hashtag Quirky Quaker SAL, and if you are a member of Erin's channel, you can Zoom with her. And so she hosted the SAL on the 16th. These project cards that I've been using, by the way, by S4 Designs, I don't have to remember this stuff now because all like my little notes are here and fantastic. Anyway, so we all Zoomed together on this, or a bunch of us Zoomed together on the 16th, and a few people started and finished theirs within that small little hour window opportunity. I was not one of those. I got it maybe like 3/4 done. Anyway, I finished it. So I started and finished it on the 16th, which we are now calling a SAF, thanks to Michelle Bendy Stitches and someone else who she always says helped her with this, and I never remember who. You can, Michelle, you let me know because I don't remember. Anyway, a SAF is a start and a finish. And here we go. Isn't it super cute? So it's adorable. this was just a scrap piece of 16 count Aida. I don't know if it's white Aida or antique white Aida or whatever, but I used, it's Dinky Dye Silk Christmas Pines number 96. Super pretty. This came in one of the boxes I got for Christmas. I don't know if it was the Stitchy box or if it was Stitch Toolbox. One of those, this came in the box. And that's how he came out. He's so cute. So this was a start and a finish all on the 16th. And it's going to be, I gotta say this quietly, it's going to be my youngest's Christmas ornament this year. So one ornament is done already. Well, it's not fully done, but it's stitched at the very least. And when we get to my Stitchy acquisitions, I will show you the fabric I got to back it. It's crazy cute. All right, so that was finish number 1. And then finish number 2 was, I don't have a picture of the chart, but Liz Matthews, Hello from Liz Matthews, has a newsletter. And if you are not subscribed, you should totally subscribe, because this year, if you are a newsletter subscriber, she is sending out a monthly little free chart. And this month's was called Hope, and there were 2 little versions of it, and I stitched one of them. And I started it on Martin Luther King Day, and then I finished it for the inauguration. So here we go. And again, it's a 32 count piece of linen. It was a scrap linen that I cut off of a project I UFO'd last year, and I don't know what it is. And then I used DMC 103. It's one of those variegated ones. Oh, I love it. And then I got a little ambitious and I stitched a little 1/1, the date, January 20th, 2021. So super pleased with that finish. Now, if I had thought about it and I was patient, I would have like centered this better, the date like under here. I don't care. This is good enough. I don't even have plans to FFO it. It was just sort of therapeutic to stitch it. If I had one of those stitching journals, maybe I would pop it in there. I don't. I should get one. Because I don't plan on like displaying it in the house. Okay, what does that bring us to? I know that I'm talking super fast. I'm going to try to slow down. I'm a fast talker to begin with, and I feel like I have all this stuff to get through, and I can't open this bag. Okay, so I'm going to try to slow it down. This year, this is the second year I have stitched a temperature chart. So this year I'm stitching a temperature chart, and I'm doing Stitchin' Mommy's temperature tree. And if you are stitching a temperature chart this year, I would love to see your progress. It doesn't have to be this one, but if you are I'm not much on Facebook, so I apologize for that. I'm not good at Facebook. Like I join the groups and then I never post in them and I never keep up. And I think partly it's because I don't have Facebook on my phone anymore for reasons. And so I have to like open a browser to get, I'm not a Facebooker. So if you're on Instagram, and you're doing a temperature chart stitch along, I'd love to see your progress. So use the hashtag #StitchTheTempSal. It'll be down in the description box. Anyway, so I've stitched 2 more weeks since you've seen it last. I am stitching it on 16 count antique white Aida. Here we go. And so every Sunday I stitch the previous week. And then I also try to add a length of the trunk and the branches, like the brown that I'm using for the trunk and the branches. The brown that I'm using is Gentle Arts Wood Trail. So here is where I am at. I think the last time you saw, I just had these leaves done. So now I've stitched, yeah, we actually had our first day in the, was that the, no, it was in the 30s. 31 degrees yesterday, maybe? Hold on, I dropped the floss on the floor. That would have been bad. Okay. And then I got the February branch done, and now I'm working up to March. So yeah, somebody messaged me on Instagram yesterday. I've already forgotten who it was. I apologize. And they asked me which temperature key I was using, because if you're doing Stitching Mommy's Temperature Tree, she offers you a bunch of versions. You can do like the varied temperature version, or if you live in a cold climate, you could do the cold, so that if you want your tree to look more like this, instead of like to have some variation, if you live in a hot climate or a cold climate and you don't want it to be like all reds or all blues, she's got different versions. And so somebody asked me yesterday which version I was doing. And so I picked the varied because I'm in Rhode Island. So we can range any given year. We can have temps as low as, I mean, technically we can have temps in the single digits. There have been winters we've had temps in the single digits, and summers, at 99 degrees. So I picked the varied. Now the varied doesn't have that much variation. So I did add another color in for colder temperatures. And if it gets really cold, I might add some more. I might add some more. I haven't gotten there yet. We are slated to have some temps in the 20s within the next 10-day period. So it's possible that I might have to. We'll see what happens. All right, then I am participating in WIPGO this year. And let me grab my stitching journal. If you don't know what WIPGO is, Jessie Marie does stuff. It's her, she's the mastermind behind this. It's basically a bingo board where you plug in your projects and the goals you want to meet on them. And then Jessie Marie once a month tells us what the numbers are. If you're interested, I'll have her Facebook group linked below. You can check that out. I completed my WIPGO goals within the first, week and a half of January, which I don't think is going to happen moving forward. Once Stitching Book Club gets ramped up and going, I will have less time, I think, for stitching. But this month, I've had a lot of stitching time. So my WIPGO projects were already done as of the last time I filmed a video, and I didn't know what else to stitch. I almost now that I have direction and what to stitch through my WIPGO board and my plans to do Stitching Book Club, I don't know what to stitch when I don't have those things to do. So I just kind of grabbed things out that I started a little bit of, wow, I feel like I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. Anyway, I started on meeting some goals for future WIPGO because I know that I'm going to have less stitching time once I have a Stitching Book Club project I'm working on. If you do not know what Stitching Book Club is, I will put, it's Kristen from Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts does Stitching Book Club, and I'll have her Instagram down in the description box below. But the first book that she's doing this year is Sense and Sensibility, and that starts, I think, mid-February. So starting next month, I will have other, what's the word I want? Nope, I can't think of it. Gone out of my brain. It's right there. You know what? It's right there. Other commitments I have to get done. That's not the word I wanted, but that'll work. Anyway, so I figured I'd get a head start on some stuff. So I did get a little bit more done in, this was my New Year, New Start, Forever and Ever. It's #1 of the Songbird Garden series by Cottage Garden Samplings. I get Cottage Garden Samplings and Carriage House Samplings and Country Cottage Needleworks all mixed up in my head. They're too close together. The last time you saw it, I had the flower, but I don't think I had any of the leaves done, and I had the bird done. So I went ahead and I got the 3 leaves around the top flower there done. So yeah, I was happy with that. I'm stitching this on using all the called for Weeks Dye Works floss and Weeks Dye Works tin roof. It's a 36 count linen. I plan on doing as far as I'm able to, all called for on this series, because the color choices are just amazing and I am not a good colorist. So if it's working, stick with it, is what I say. Okay, then it was the 13th. So I like to do Halloween stitching on the 13th. So I don't need to get out my floss. I need to get out the chart. So for right now, that's Halloween Squirrel by the Blue Flower. And this is also on my WIPGO board twice. So I figured I would get a little work done on it. I am stitching this on 40 count Straw Flower by R&R Reproductions. And I got the pumpkin done. That's what I did. I'm so happy. That was such a fun. This is so much smaller than I thought it was going to be. Like, this is my hand. I feel like in the picture, I was picturing something that was bigger, and maybe it would be if I didn't pick 40 count. That pumpkin is so much smaller than I thought it was going to be. Get it up close. Super cute. And then I got a little bit more of the border done, which if you've been watching me at all, you know I hate this border a lot. So I try to get one length of floss in every time I get this out so that at the end, I don't have a ton of border. I hate having to be stitched. So I got a little bit of that done. Get it. I'm trying this time to keep everything in their project bags and to put them all away so that at the end of this, I don't have a ton of cleanup. Then I got out, so my stitchy spot of choice is in my upstairs living room, which literally has a wall of window. It is so bright during the day. It's my favorite stitchy spot. And at night, the lighting is set up exactly how I want it. But my dogs got spoiled over Christmas break because my husband was home for 2 weeks. And so he was down in the basement with them like all day long for 2 weeks. And now that he's back out into the world working, the dogs are sad and annoying. So they want me down in the basement with them during the day. And I mean, obviously when we're homeschooling or I'm doing the household daily chore business, hold on, thirsty. They don't get me downstairs, but I can't stitch. If I sit down and stitch, they get whiny. And then I have to get up and I have to go downstairs. This is going to be a long story that means absolutely nothing to you guys. Anyway, I have to go downstairs to stitch downstairs where the lighting is, it's a basement. It's a finished basement. And it's where the TV is. And the lighting is not as good. And so I can't stitch on anything like 40 count down there. So I was like, what am I going to bring downstairs to stitch with the dogs? So I got out one of my few projects on Ada. That whole story was to tell you about this project. I am doing the Berry Bowl sampler. I'm doing the Scarlet House side. My mother is doing the Heartstring samplery side. At some point, they'll be finished together. We'll join them up. And it will hang in my mother's house. So it's slow going. I stitched on this one day. This is on my WIPGO board to get 9. I've got it on there 3 times. And each time the goal is to get 3 bowls finished. These 3 were already done coming into this year. So I started on this one over here. So I got a little afternoon stitching in with my whiny dogs. I'm stitching this on 14 count Heartland by Picture This Plus. So I got a little bit done on that. I touched a lot of projects in the 2 weeks since I've seen you guys last. So a little bit of progress there, not a lot. And then I got out Night Walk Down. This is also on my WIPGO board 3 times. And so here's what it looks like. It's Night Walk Down by the Blue Flower. I love this so much. I am stitching it on 32 count vintage tarnished silver by Lakeside Linens. And the 3 goals on my WIPGO board is to get page 2 finished, page 3 finished, and then a total finish. And when I wrote those WIPGO goals down, I thought I had page 1 finished, and then I didn't. So what I did was I did a little bit of stuff to get page 1 done. So I got the border, sorry, this is gonna be all sorts of floppy. I did, if you couldn't tell already, absolutely no ironing for this video. I stitched all the white in here. Those, I think those were empty the last time you saw it. I brought this down to the bottom of page 1. I have not, I'm gonna wait till I have it all done before I start filling in the white. What else did I get done? Oh, these 2 little doodads I didn't have stitched. I didn't have this flower done or any of this. I had to bring this all the way around. And then page 1 also, this flower, the top of it shows in page 1. So I started that. So that is where I am at for Night Walk Down. Now, I didn't realize this when I purchased the pattern, but Janine McGowan, who is the designer for the Blue Flower, I watch her on Flosstube. She was saying that the color in here, and it's the outer color of this flower, and it's, I think it's like her dress. The floss that's called for was not a floss in Gentle Art's actual like floss line. It was like a specialty edition floss. So you can't get it if you don't already have it, or you don't like have a source where you can find it. So instead of trying to figure out a substitution, I just did, she has a DMC Conversion. It's a blend for this color. So basically it's this color blended with, sorry, that's my blend. Not this color, blended with 500. And I didn't have 500, I had 501. 501. I figured, you know what, close enough. It makes a pretty sort of peacock color. That's the color it turns out to be. So that's what I'm doing. I didn't feel like complicating my life trying to find the called for floss, or try to find a substitution for it. DMC is fine. It has been a long time since I've used a blend, so that was kind of fun. Not really. Tell me, how do you, when you have to do a blend, how do you do it? What I end up doing is I unwind a length of floss from one of the colors, and then I unwind a length of floss because I bobbinate my DMC from the other, and then I separate out the strands, and then I pair up the 2 colors together and wind them on their own bobbin. So like if I unwind a 6-stranded length, when I combine them, I end up with 6 of the blended lengths of floss, if that makes sense. It just seems, is there a better way? I don't know. If you work with blended floss a lot, let me know. I'm open to suggestions. It just seems, I don't know, time consuming. Okay, we're 23 minutes in. I have 2 more WIPs to show you. So I got out, I'm looking for a picture, and then I remembered there is no picture. There is this teeny tiny little, The Tree of Magic by Robert Anna, which was a kit that you could get from Nitka Moscow. I got a little bit more work on this done, because again, this is on my WIPGO board a few times, so I thought I'd get a head start. This is officially a goal met. One of my WIPGO goals was to get the 2nd branch done, and it's done. So now when that number gets called, it'll already be done. So last time you saw it, I had this side finished but not back stitched, And I think I had the house, but no windows. So I finished up the house and obviously all of the little like mushroom forest here. And I think these are supposed to, let me know, I don't know. I thought they were supposed to be bees, but their little like bee behinds are not yellow and black. They're like yellow and yellow. So I don't know. What do you guys think they are? Are they just, maybe they're, Barbara Anna is not from the States. I think she's somewhere over in Europe. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I don't know why I thought she was from like Spain. I could be thinking of someone else entirely. Anyway, I'm probably thinking of like Mississauga silks. That doesn't make sense, but whatever. Maybe the bees look like that over there. Or maybe Barbara Anna is from the States and I'm completely wrong. But bees don't always look, maybe they're not honeybees. Maybe they're a different kind of bee. Or maybe they're not bees at all. Maybe they're fireflies. I don't know. And then this little snail got his antennas and yeah. This is still my, if you are not doing one of these, she's got a holiday tree too, like a winter tree. I love it so much. I love it so much. It's my favorite thing, I think, to stitch. But then I did put it away and I decided to get some stitching done. I feel bad. I didn't get out any of my 40 count projects for extra stitching, mostly because I was doing a lot of basement stitching. I really should have gotten out my year at Hawk Run Hollow because that one is going to be super time intensive, but I didn't. I did get out Summer by the Cricut Collection, and I already had 2 letters on this done, and then it's on my WIPGO board twice each time to get 2 more letters done. So I thought I'd get a little bit of a head start on that. And then when I pulled it out, I realized I hadn't finished the flower. So I spent some time finishing the flower. It needed all its petals. And then I had been missing some colors, and then I had bought them and bobbinated them, but then never stitched up the things that needed them. So the carrots needed to be finished. This is stitched on 32 count, where is its little card? 32 count Lavender Lugana. And then the grapes, I needed to finish up the grapes. I needed to add, oh my gosh, these little birds are my favorite things. So that little bird needed to go in, and then R. So I got the letter R finished, and then I got the chair finished, and then there's some other little doodads that go in the R, and then the R will be done. So here is where I am at for summer. Yeah, that was it. That was my WIPs. That was a lot of WIPs. I might try to, I might have to go on a weekly filming schedule because I feel like that was just a lot. And maybe it won't be so much once I have like a little more focus on like stitching book club projects, and if my, if a year at Hawk Run Hollow gets called for WIPGO, that'll take up a bunch of my time. Okay, so where am I at? I bought some things. Now, as you all know, unless you're new, and maybe you don't know, I am doing a no new chart 2021. And when I say 2021, that's loosely. Obviously, not obviously, my plan is to get the Stitching Book Club charts, which I bought the membership, so I'm already getting the first 3. And come like November-ish, I will look at my list of charts that I have kept all year that I want to buy, and I'll start picking and choosing some to buy. But I don't plan on buying them throughout the year. I'm going to save them to the end and see which ones I really want. So I do have one chart that I bought. I had given this to my parents on my Christmas list, and so I didn't purchase it at the end of last year, and then I didn't get it for Christmas or my birthday, so I bought it myself. I didn't want to not get it. It is Prairie Schooler. It's called Button Up. I'm thinking this is either going to be my birthday start this year, or it's going to be my winter solstice start. I'm not sure yet. Maybe even my fall start. I really want to stitch it. When I do stitch it, do you remember that book? I think it was called Snowy Day. It was a kid's book. And one of my favorite books to read as a kid. But in the illustrations of Snowy Day, the skin tone is darker, but this reminds me of Snowy Day. So I think when I do stitch it, I'm going to do a darker skin tone than what's here, just so it looks more like Snowy Day. And I might even switch this to, I might look through the book and see if there's like something that fits in there from the book better than that. Because that's what this reminds me of. It reminds me of the book Snowy Day. Then, I got that from 123 Stitch. You can't just get one thing from 123 Stitch because it doesn't make sense. The shipping is so cheap and it doesn't go up if you get more. So I got some silver blending filament, some Krynic, just to have. I like to add a little bit of sparkle. And then I got some 18 count Mystic Gray Aida. So it's just is it Swigart? I think it's Swigart. It's Swigart. So it's just a basic Aida in a gray. A nice neutral. You always need a neutral, right? Then, and this, where's my hedgehog? Where's my hedgehog? Then I decided to go find some hedgehog fabric. I'm just gonna remind you guys about the hedgehog. I went looking for backing fabric for the ornament. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to have someone professionally finish them for me, because I didn't like it. I didn't like my ornaments from last year. They were bad. Anyway, I found this fabric. It was on, what is it called? Fabric Fetish. Fabric Fetish on Etsy. I don't know, is that focusing? I don't know. Anyway, where do you see this? Oh my gosh. It's so cute. I mean, obviously this is more fabric than I'm gonna need to finish this hedgehog, but I might stitch up this hedgehog again. It goes so good. It goes so good. Now I'm thinking maybe I wanna stitch it in like a black sparkly DMC. I don't know. Anyway, super cute. I think that'll make a cute back on the ornament. And then I felt weird just getting one fat quarter. So I must have been feeling teal that day. I got 2 more fat quarters just to have. So I got some butterflies. I don't know what I'm doing with these. And then, oh my gosh, some sloths. I don't know which way it's supposed to go. Anyway, they're super cute. So I got some fabric. And then and then I got a book. In preparation for Sense and Sensibility, I needed to buy the book because if this is your first time watching me, what I plan on doing with my Stitching Book Club projects is having a shelf on the wall with all the books. And then have the pieces on the wall that I've stitched around the shelf. So I need to get books. And I wanted them to be pretty. And I could not find a pretty copy of Sense and Sensibility. And then I figured I want to go back and do Pride and Prejudice, which she did last year. So instead of having 2 books, I'll have them in one. This has 7 in there. It has Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Emma, Northanger Abbey, Persuasion, and Lady Susan. Now, it's possible that Stitching Book Club may do another Jane Austen in the future. And then I'd probably already have it here and I wouldn't have to buy another book. This one's, it's pretty big. It's super pretty though. Anyway, so I bought that. I also bought Little Women, but I'm using it to prop up my camera, so I can't show you. But Little Women is the next book that is coming after Sense and Sensibility. It looks it's the same sort of edition as this. I think it's Barnes & Noble I got these from. Except it's pink and it's Little Women, and then it's got the couple of stories that come after Little Women, Joe's Boys, something like that. Anyway, I'm starting to make a mess again. And then, I asked you guys last time what you called the things that you buy, whether you called it stash or haul, and a lot of people said stitchy goodness, and I think that's what I'm gonna call it. I got quite a bit of stitchy goodness this month, and I wasn't expecting to. I've totally blown my budget. I really thought that not buying new charts would keep me under control, and that has not been the case for January. Maybe February will be better. Anyway, I joined Brandy from Be Stitch Me's Fabric of the Month Club. I get the 20 count Ada. If you have not gotten yours yet for January, then don't look now. I did the one where I alternate between getting colors and getting neutrals. So this was January's color. It's a little richer than this. Maybe like right there. It's called Honey. It's super pretty. I apologize, I've got a big slider right there, and so it's blowing out this. Ooh, that was really a good, it's more yellowish like this, like a yellow tan. It's very pretty. I've yet to use one, but when I start kitting up my Mania projects and my spring start, I'll have options, right? And that was just, oh, and then I got, so I won. Mary from X-Ray X Stitcher did a giveaway, gosh, back before Christmas, but between like COVID and quarantining and the holidays and the postal system, it only just arrived to me this week. I apologize, Mary. I can't remember. Sorry, I knocked all my project bags into the window here. The window into my kitchen. All right, now I'm getting weird. I apologize, Mary. I don't remember now if it was like a 500 person giveaway, like a subscriber giveaway, or if it was just a because giveaway. It was a few months ago. Anyway, she was giving away, she had gotten a hank of floss from Silks For You that had some inconsistencies in the dye, and they sent her another hank, but then she was never going to need 2 hanks. And I think what happened was there was an area by like where they tie the thread, where the thread absorbed the dye. I don't care. So I entered the giveaway and I won. And she sent it to me, and it's so pretty, and it's so much blue. And I think what I'd like to do is I want to find obviously a monochromatic piece to use this on. I'm thinking ink circles. I've been really looking at the ink circle charts I like that would be pretty monochromatically in blue for a start for 2022. So I'm gonna save that for that. And then there was so much more on the box. Mary, it was seriously the best. I know I've thanked you already, but it was seriously the best box I've ever gotten. She sent me a nice little card, and on the card there were some needle minders. I really like this one. And I'm not going to show the whole box. There was a lot of stuff, but a Love You More Studio sleeve. So pretty. I can't wait to put a project in here. Anyway, oh, and a little Mill Hill kit. How cute is that? So cute. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to do that. And there was like perforated paper, all sorts of goodies. Ooh, teas. I can't wait to try all these little teas. Okay, so I think that was it. I think that was all my stuff. Plans. So we have, I don't know, what's today? I wasn't sure about today, the 25th. What is there, 6 days left in the month? Today's the it is the 25th because it's Merry 25 Stitching. So I'm going to get out Oh Christmas Tree and do a little stitching on that today. And then the next 5 or so days of the month, I'm probably going to just continue to pick stuff randomly. I do want to get the R done on summer. I might try to get a little bit more on Night Walk Down. And then come February 1st, we should have 2 new WIPGO numbers that have been called that will help me with my planning. I'm gonna sneeze. All right, shoot, we're 40 minutes in. Okay, I apologize if this was a little bit rambly and I talked really fast and it didn't make sense. It's one of those days. I feel like every day is one of those days for me though. Anyway, I'm gonna go for now. I don't have a lot of hardcore plans right now, just kind of stitching what I want to stitch. My nose is so tickly right now. I'm trying to decide whether I have to sneeze before I say goodbye or if I can say goodbye before I sneeze. I think I can say goodbye. Okay. I hope you all stay safe and stay well and stay healthy and get a lot of stitchy in. And yeah, that's it. That's all for me. Bye, everyone.